I never thought I'd be writing one of these posts, but here I am. Throwaway account for obvious reasons, and some details changed because I know how TikTok works. Connor and I had been dating for almost 2 years. We met in college, both graphic design majors, and I fell hard for his creative talent and charm. He was the outgoing one, while I was more reserved. I thought we balanced each other well. About 3 months ago, Connor started gaining traction on TikTok with his comedy sketches. Nothing huge, but he went from a few hundred followers to almost 50K relatively quickly. I was genuinely happy for him. I'd always supported his dreams of making it as a content creator. Everything seemed fine until last Saturday. I was out with my sister when my phone started blowing up with texts from friends asking if I was okay. Confused, I opened TikTok to discover why. There was Connor, with his roommate filming, doing a loyalty challenge, or whatever they're calling these toxic trends nowadays. The premise was simple. Confess your darkest secret about your relationship. I watched in horror as Connor laughed into the camera and said, "Dating Jessica is like a charity project. She's literally the most hideous girl I've ever been with. But she's so desperate it's honestly convenient." His roommate's cackling laughter made it worse. Connor continued, "Her self-esteem is so low she'll do anything to keep me around. Watch. I'll even break up with her on this video and she'll be blowing up my phone within the hour." The video had already racked up thousands of views and comments, some defending me, but many laughing along. I felt like I'd been punched in the stomach. 2 years together, countless "I love you," meeting each other's families, all reduced to a cruel joke for views. I didn't call. I didn't text. I went straight home, packed an overnight bag, and went to my sister's place. I blocked Connor on every platform and asked my friends not to tell him where I was. The calls started within hours. First casual, then increasingly desperate. Texts followed. "It was just a joke. The video was staged. Please answer me." I couldn't bring myself to read most of them. For 5 days, I went completely dark. I took emergency personal days from work. I turned off my social media. I just disappeared. In that time, Connor escalated from texting to having mutual friends reach out, then eventually my family. According to my sister, he even showed up at my workplace. The missed calls on my phone climbed. 12. This morning, I finally returned to my apartment to grab more clothes. As I unlocked my door, I heard rapid footsteps on the stairs. Turning around, I found Connor, red-eyed and disheveled, dropping to his knees in the hallway. "Jessica, please," he sobbed. "Please just talk to me." I felt nothing looking at him. That's what surprised me most. The man I'd loved for 2 years was breaking down in front of me, and all I felt was a hollow emptiness where my heart used to be. "You have 1 minute," I said, keeping my voice steady. "Use it wisely." Connor scrambled to his feet, words tumbling out between sobs. The video was supposed to be a prank. Jake said these opposite-day videos were trending. You say the opposite of what you actually feel. It was stupid, I know, but I never thought. Never thought what? I cut him off. That I'd see it? That thousands of strangers would? That your joke would hurt me? I deleted it right away, he pleaded, as soon as I realized how bad it was. But someone had already screen recorded it, and now it's everywhere. I finished for him. My sister had shown me the compilation videos, TikToker's girlfriend revenge, loyalty test gone wrong, and dozens of reaction videos from influencers condemning Connor's actions. "Your minute's up," I said, turning to enter my apartment. He grabbed my wrist. "Jess, please. I got fired from the agency because of this. My family won't talk to me. I've been getting death threats. My life is falling apart." I pulled my arm away. "So this is about you? You're suffering?" "No. I'm devastated about hurting you. I've never seen that look in your eyes before. Like I'm nothing to you." "Because you made me nothing," I whispered. "You took our relationship and turned it into content." I let him follow me inside, if only because I didn't want the neighbors witnessing more drama. My apartment felt different, like returning to a childhood home years later. Familiar, but no longer yours. Connor kept talking as I gathered more of my things. He'd apologized publicly, he said. Made a video taking full responsibility. Was in therapy now. Had realized how toxic influencer culture had become and was reevaluating his relationship with social media. It sounded rehearsed, like he was auditioning for a redemption arc. "Why did you really do it?" I finally asked. "The truth, Connor." He collapsed onto my couch, head in his hands. "I don't know. That's the worst part. Jake suggested it. My views had been dropping. I wanted to keep the momentum going. It was like I forgot you were a real person for a minute. You became this character in my content, not the woman I love." "Loved," I corrected. "Love," he insisted. Present tense. Always. I sat across from him, maintaining distance. "You know what hurts the most? It wasn't the insults. It was watching you become someone I don't recognize. Someone who would sacrifice anything, anyone, for attention. I'll never post again, he promised. I'll delete all my accounts right now if that's what it takes. It's not about the accounts, Connor. It's about who you became when the camera turned on. That person is still inside you, with or without TikTok. His phone buzzed. He glanced at it reflexively, and I caught a glimpse of the notification, a comment on his latest video. Even now, even here, he couldn't disconnect. Leave your key on the counter when you go, I said, zipping up my duffel bag. The finality in my voice must have registered because panic flashed across Connor's face. You can't just throw away everything we had, he protested. 2 years, Jess. All the plans we made. The apartment we were going to get together next year. The trip to Japan. You're really ending it all over one stupid mistake. It wasn't a mistake. It was a choice, I replied. And it wasn't one stupid video. It was the moment you decided my dignity was worth less than your follower count. He followed me to the door. I'll do anything to fix this. Anything. I turned to face him one last time. That's the problem. There's nothing left to fix. As I walked away, Connor called after me. You know they're making me out to be worse than I am online. The full video shows I was joking. This cancel culture is destroying my life over something taken out of context. I stopped in my tracks. There it was, the truth slipping out when his desperation peaked. Not remorse, but self-preservation. Goodbye, Connor, I said without looking back. The next few weeks were a blur. I stayed with my sister while apartment hunting. I changed my phone number. I took a social media detox that turned permanent, deleting everything except a bare-bones LinkedIn for work purposes. Connor's fall from TikTok fame was swift and complete. His apology videos backfired when viewers pointed out he seemed more concerned about his reputation than my feelings. Brands dropped him. His followers abandoned ship. The internet's collective memory is short, but its judgment is harsh. 3 months later, I was settling into my new apartment across town. New job at a smaller design firm. New friends who knew nothing about the incident. The hollow feeling was gradually filling with something else. Not happiness exactly, but a quiet strength I hadn't known I possessed. That's when the envelope arrived. No return address, just my name in familiar handwriting. Inside was a handwritten letter and a memory card. The letter read, Jessica, I'm not asking for forgiveness or a second chance. I just want you to know that I understand now what I did. Not just to you, but to myself. The person I became online wasn't me, but I let him take over until I couldn't tell the difference anymore. On this memory card are all the real videos I took of us during our time together. Not the ones I posted, the ones I kept just for me. The moments that mattered. I want you to have them because they tell the truth about us, not the lie I created for strangers. I'm getting help. Real help, not just for the cameras. I'm moving back home to reconnect with who I was before all this. I hope someday, even if we never speak again, you can remember the person I was and not just the person I became. Connor, I haven't watched the videos. Maybe someday I will, when the memory doesn't sting. Or maybe I'll delete them without looking. The choice is mine now. The internet loves a dramatic story, the betrayal, the heartbreak, the public apology, the uncertain resolution. But real life isn't about going viral. It's about the quiet dignity of walking away when someone shows you who they really are. It's about rediscovering your worth without an audience keeping score. Yesterday, I saw Connor had posted for the first time in months, a simple black and white photo of his childhood home with the caption, starting over. No hashtags, no filters, just 4,000 likes instead of his previous hundreds of thousands. I didn't double tap. I closed the app, made myself a cup of tea, and sat on my new balcony watching the sunset. Unfiltered, unrecorded, and mine alone.